Shalom, shalom, Mishpachah. All glory and praises to our Creator, Yuhei Wafhe, and His most humble Son, Yuhei Wafhe, Bet Noon Sophie, Yuhei Wafhe. Welcome back to the channel, family. Today topic, we talking about how did wickedness get back on the earth after the flood. You know, as we read these scriptures throughout the years and studying, a lot of scriptures that we read, we go back and over time and get a different understanding, a different level of study as we study them. But this particular scripture, what we're talking about today, we're coming from the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 27. And like I said, this topic is about how did wickedness get back on the earth after the flood. Now, we all know the story of the flood when Yahweh killed off all the wicked men, flooded them out, in Noah's day. So, after Noah and his family came back on the scene when Yahweh relieved the floods, we find back over later on down the line after the flood that wickedness appeared again, right? So how did wickedness get back on the earth? That's the question. How did wickedness get back on the earth if Yahweh flooded all the wicked men out during Noah's days, right? Now let's dive into Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. And it reads, Yuhei shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servants. Stop. Now, if you pay close attention to what happened when it says Yahweh shall enlarge Japheth. Now, the key word in that verse is enlarge. And that particular word enlarge is only occurred 10 times throughout the Bible. Only 10 times. And in those 9 other scriptures that it talks about the word enlarge, is totally different from the enlarge in Genesis 9:27. So this is where it get interesting. How come the word enlarge is totally different from the 9 other verses, definitions of the word enlarge in this particular scripture? Right? Now, we're going to go to the Hebrew concordance of the word enlarge coming from the book of Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. And the Hebrew concordance number is 6601. And it means to make in a mental or moral sense or in a sinister way. Hear that well. To make in a mental or moral sense. Let you know it's dealing with the mindset. Mental or moral. That's dealing with the mind. In a sinister way. Right? And it also means delude. Right? So, what does it mean to make? Because it says to make. That was the definitions of enlarge. Coming from the Oxford American Desk Dictionary thesaurus. The word make means to form something by putting parts together or mixing substance. Cause something to happen or come into existence. Stop right there. To cause something to happen or come into existence. Now the question was, how did wickedness get back on the earth if Yahweh flooded the earth out and killed all the wicked people? How did it get back on the earth? That's the question. So now, remember, Yahweh caused something to happen. He caused something to happen by putting substance together and bringing something to an existence. Now, all the people died off after the flood. It was only 8 people left. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. 8 people. Right? So where did wickedness come from if all wickedness died off? Now, going to the next word of the meaning of enlarge, which is delude, Delude. And some synonyms for the word delude means to deceive, mislead, misguide, misinform, pull the wool over one's eyes, up the garden paths. Up the garden path. Listen to that. Impose upon, bamboozle, beguile, entrap, hoodwink, to con, play false. All this dealing with a mindset. So Yahweh caused something to happen to Japhet when he enlarged him. Yahweh caused something to come into existence through Japhet when he enlarged him. Now, when you go back up in 9:26 of Genesis, it said that Canaan was cursed from what Ham had did. And we all know that Ham is the so-called Africans in Africa, right? So, but if you read out through the scriptures, you really don't find nowhere where nothing really happened to Canaan for as we went in and took over the land, right? But a key person was left out. You don't hear nothing about, and that was Japhet. Yahweh called something to happen to Japhet. And we're going to identify Japhet in the next part of this video. So y'all stay tuned, because this information is very, very informative in who these people are to this very day. So all glory and praises to our creator, Yuhei Wafe, Bet Noon Sophie, Yuhei Wafe. Shalom Alaikum family, and a near hole. And don't forget to like and subscribe.